The NBA Game of the Week is in Orlando as the Lakers visit the Magic. It was to have been a homecoming for Shaquille O'Neal, but the Lakers center remains sidelined. But Shaq's former co-star in Orlando, Penny Hardaway, is healthy and playing well. Orlando has won 14 of its last 18. Meanwhile, All-Star Eddie Jones continues his terrific play for the Lakers, but the Lakers have still struggled without Shaquille O'Neal, going just 9-9. The Lakers and the Magic meeting in Orlando. This is the second and final meeting of the season between these two teams. If you'll recall, back in early December, with a healthy Shaquille O'Neal, the Lakers won by 11. Shaq had 25 points, 18 rebounds, 7 blocks, and 5 steals, and Orlando did not have Penny Hardaway.
All right, thank you very much, Hannah. The big story here in Orlando, would Shaquille O'Neal show up for today's game? Well, this is the scene about 20 minutes ago. Shaq drove into the parking area adjacent to the arena and then dropped off his uncle, who is a member of the Lakers security staff, also left some luggage on the team bus, departed, and the word is he will not be in attendance today. We're told that Lakers Executive Vice President Jerry West urged Shaq to stay away, to not show up for the Magic and the Lakers. Bill, what's your reaction? Have experience being without Shaquille O'Neal now for, including today, 19 straight games since the knee injury, yet they've managed to hang in despite the loss of Shaq.
Marv, before the injury, the Lakers were on top of the world. They were dominating the Western Conference, the best team out there, second best overall in the NBA. Since then, though, they have dropped significantly. They've had to surge to get back, winning 5 of their last 7 games to become 500. They had to get back the woe is me stage. Now their offense has changed significantly. They've upped the tempo. Defensively, they can't stop anybody at all. But when you lose one of the top 50 players of all time in Shaquille O'Neal, you got a lot to replace. Their biggest problems have been intensity, motivation, and creativity, Marv.
So Shaquille O'Neal will not be on hand for today's game between the Lakers and the Magic. Various fans, though, will certainly express their feelings regarding Shaq's departure to L.A. You might say Shaq showed up and then disappeared, just like magic. Hannah?
Number 34, Shaquille O'Neal.
I think that we're learning each other pretty well. And, you know, come March, April, we should be a dangerous team.
Shaq can't get it. He's down. Let's hope he's not hurt. He grabs the knee. He grabs the left knee.
When Shaq comes back, Shaq will still be the ace. And Elvin's going to run shotgun beside him. And I think that the two of them together are a package.
So with the ace out of the package and on the sidelines, the Lakers have dropped from atop the Western Conference and have become just a 500 team.
I thought we would be better. I thought that we would win more games. I thought there were some games in there we definitely should have won. But I am a little surprised. I thought we would be a little bit better at this time.
The big thing that people don't realize is not did we just lose Shaquille. After that, a couple of games later, we lost Robert Horry. So now you lost the heart of the interior defense.
What's the goal now? To try and surprise people, get the chemistry back? What are you looking towards? Because back when Shaq went out, you were looking toward a championship.
Exactly. The train of thought hasn't changed, Jim. We still feel that we're going to be a championship team. But the focus right now is to continue to play well and to play good basketball.
Everybody knows that if Shaq, you know, gets ready to go again, that, you know, we're right there, because that's where we were when he left.
We have all of the ingredients, but if all our guys can stay healthy, you know, in the month of April and all through the playoffs, I think we'll make a pretty good run for it.
The Lakers are getting Robert Horry back this week. When are they getting Shaq back? Sometime in the month of April, but who knows what will happen when he does come back.
Well, it's no foregone conclusion that everything's going to be fine when he comes back, because big guys are more difficult to rehabilitate. You just don't know about a big guy until he gets into the game conditions and starts to extend himself physically and emotionally. Therapy doesn't reveal it. Practicing against his teammates don't reveal it. The game itself is the thing that will tell.
And you compare the Lakers with the Miami Heat. Well, without Mourning, Miami's 9-4. The Lakers without Shaq, they're a 500 ball club. We'll hear from the Hornets sharpshooter Glenn Rice at halftime. The NBA on NBC continues after these messages from your local station.
While many of their faces remain the same, this has been a season of change for the Orlando Magic. Some new faces were brought in to help carry the load. even a new head coach. But their money man is still Penny Hardaway. And after overcoming early injuries, Penny has led the way. The Magic are now in playoff form and are feeling mighty good despite the loss of Shaquille O'Neal. And while the Magic's loss was LA's gain, an injury has also left the Lakers without Shaq. But fueled by their rising young stars, the Lakers have remained in contention and are just 2 games out of first place, giving them much reason to smile. Today, it's a trip to the Magic Kingdom to face Penny and the Magic.
But Eddie Jones wanted to be sure to be remembered as the guy that busted Penny Hardaway 2 times back when they were in college. Eddie Jones, he's ready today.
A little collegiate anecdote from Bill.
Absolutely.
All right, and Matt, the Orlando Magic going very well as of late. They have won 6 of the last 7, 14 of the past 18 games, and during that stretch, the catalyst, as always, has been Penny Hardaway.
Well, everything concerning the Magic begins and ends with Penny Hardaway. When he was out with the knee injury, Orlando went 7-16. Not good. With him, they won over 70% of their games. Penny raises the team, scoring 11 points a game and raises everybody's play a couple of notches. Now, even though the Magic are down in 7th place, they are more than capable of beating Miami and New York in the first round of the playoffs.
And Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Mark. This game was billed as the return of Shaquille O'Neal to Orlando, and Shaquille did return. Actually, he was in the parking lot of the arena earlier to drop off a few things, and then he promptly went home to watch the game on television. Now, when Shaquille left here, there were some negative things written in the paper, some negative things said that were attributed to some of his teammates, but I talked to Penny Hardaway and Horace Grant and the majority of the other players, and not one of them had anything negative to say about Shaquille O'Neal. They said he was a great friend and a great teammate, and that this game being billed as Orlando against Shaq was just wrong. It was Orlando against the LA Lakers, and that was the end of the story. Mark?
Of course, in the early going, they were hit by a host of injuries. A check of the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup in the backcourt. Nick Van Exel averaging better than 10 assists per game the last 6 games. Eddie Jones having a terrific all-around season, as we detailed right at the start of the telecast. Elden Campbell for the injured Shaquille O'Neal, averaging better than 19 a game. In the month of March, the veteran Jerome Kersey, one-time Portland Trailblazer, and the one-time Chicago Bull Corey Blunt, who has been playing very well. There's Del Harris, who is still upset over that loss to Miami on Friday night, losing to the Heat by 1. Here are the Orlando Magic with Penny Hardaway averaging just under 26 a game the last 6. Nick Anderson and Hardaway comprise the Magic backcourt. And up front, Ronnie Cycli, who has had a rejuvenated season here in his first year as a member of the Magic, averaging just under 17 per game, 3rd among NBA centers. Dennis Scott and Horace Grant are the forwards. Horace playing with an injured left wrist. He's been banged up pretty good as of late. There's 59-year-old Richie Adubato, who took over from Brian Hill. He has spent the last 18 years in the NBA primarily as an assistant coach and has been a head coach in the past with Dallas and Detroit. And now Hardaway looking to run. Hardaway putting moves on Campbell and pops it back out. Hardaway for 3. And deflected out. Last touch by Cycli.
He stops that with the foul.
Here's the lead for Hardaway, broken up. Hardaway with the recovery. Richie Adubato was saying that Penny Hardaway looked tired the other day against the Celtics. Van Exel popping him up from all angles. Out by Nick Anderson.
Penny Hardaway does such a good job of keeping his eye on the ball, even though it was deflected by Corey Brunt. Penny Hardaway never...
Van Exel has all 7 Laker points. Magic 8, Lakers 7. 7:15 remaining in this opening quarter. Hardaway met by Kersey, finding Anderson. Nick Anderson. And it's Orlando 11, Los Angeles 7.
The Lakers guarding Penny with bigger players all the time.
The rejection by Cycli. Here's Anderson. He has Scott with him. 3-point attempt. Hardaway with the tip. Cycling on the rebound.
The running game for Orlando, keyed by Cycling, the ability to get out of the break for the big players. Lakers are not finishing at the hoop.
Well, this a fired up Orlando Magic team. They're up 13-7.
Put the game away in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, big reason that Cycling's been able to block a couple of shots. He doesn't have to worry about Eldon Campbell. He was guarding Corey Blunt. Now the Lakers have gone small and forced Cycling to guard Campbell inside.
And the ball to Orlando on the turnover. Byron Scott has checked in for the first time.
The initial pass was poked away by Penny. He's guarding Nick Van Exel. He's got a 7 or 8 inch height advantage on Nick, and that's really proven decisive early on. The Lakers have played their best ball since the injury to Shaq by going small with Kersey at the power forward. That's the lineup they've come with early.
And Hardaway fouled by Campbell. Eldon Campbell trying to help out on Penny Hardaway, and Campbell has committed his second foul.
Oh, and he's says, get Eldon Campbell out of here.
Is that what he said?
Well, the experiment of going small, even though the Lakers did get the one transition basket from Eddie Jones, they are getting hammered on the boards. Nobody putting a body on people, and it's just too small a team against Orlando.
Van Exel, Scott, and Jones. Looks like the weed being set up by the Magic. Hardaway fires for 3. And back comes Scott. 3-on-2 developing, and then the Magic able to get back. Here's Scott. And the Lakers only 3 of 14 shooting. Make it 3 of 15 off the miss from Scott. And the Magic up 21-10.
Stop the big guard post up. Keep Cycling from running out and controlling the game with that style, and then the foul trouble. Eldon Campbell already with 2 and no productive offensively.
Hardaway dumped it off to Cycling. Grant is right there. They have run the Lakers off the floor in this first quarter. 20-second timeout called by Del Harris.
Well, the Magic are just out hustling the Lakers. Keep an eye on Ronnie Cycling over here on the right-hand side of your screen. Just flat out beating everybody in the purple shirts down the floor as Sean Rick trailing way behind. Taking another look here as Hardaway with his head up, able to spot Cycling on the streak, hitting him perfectly for the pass.
Penny Hardaway down the lane. He loves to go left off his own dribble, and it's just been nothing but offensive rebounds as the Magic has got a 6-1 offensive rebound edge. Del Harris has to have a timeout, and the Lakers have not matched the energy level of the Orlando Magic off the opening tap. And the big fine Eldon Campbell and Eddie Jones are quiet players personally.
The block by Ruggs. Harold Wilkins, who just come in, able to keep it alive. Hardaway sets it up. Ryan Shaw shaking off Nick Van Exel. And Orlando doing whatever it wants in this first quarter. Up. Hardaway fighting Shaw. Here's Wilkins for 3.
The Lakers are giving up open jumpers. They're not closing out. They're not taking care of their defensive board. Consequently, they're down 15.
Now the Orlando Magic spreading the wealth as all 5 starters getting the early wake-up call, coming out aggressively. Penny Hardaway with the lay-in. Horace Grant overpowering, staying with the ball, finishing off inside. Dennis Scott backing in, shooting over the smaller Nick Van Exel. Nick Anderson, where you'll always find him, spotted up behind the three-point line. And Ronnie Cycling beating all of the Lakers down the floor for an easy one.
So everyone getting into the act for the Magic, led by Horace Grant. 4 of 6 from the field. 8-point Cycli with the 6 points. 2 block shots coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And the Magic leading 27 to 12. Here's George McLeod with his first shot opportunity. The tip by Jones. Beautiful move by Eddie Jones.
Well, the Magic, who have pretty this small lineup from time to time, it's not doing anything for him right now. Kobe Bryant is one guy that can come off the bench and give you a lot of energy because he doesn't care where he's playing. He's going to give it everything he's got and shoot the ball just about every time he touches it. He'll even make them.
Eddie Jones putting moves on Penny Hardaway. This is Derek Fisher.
What you want to do defensively, strip down low, make him double clutch. But unfortunately, I'm sure he got poked in the eye. That's all part of the game of basketball. The Three Stooges defense.
Very compassionate on your part, Bill.
Well, he's a guard coming to the hoop. You take your life in your hands when that happens. But if the big guys aren't running back to help you out, if Sean Rooks and Eddie Jones and George McLeod or who's ever in there for the Lakers are not playing the team defense, then it doesn't work.
Well, you take your life in your hands when there's some big people there. That was 2 little guys. You don't expect to get popped in the eye on that. It looked like both players just got out of the way and were going to let them lay it up. But Byron Scott did go for the steal, just never got down there.
Bill's still suffering from the loss by the Bruins last night, taking it out on the world. Hardaway collects his first.
Penny is so charged up. I had a nice conversation with him before the game. He feels he's never played better in his life.
George McLeod not able to hit. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Eric Strong wide open, but Hardaway did not see him.
Well, one of the things I think Penny likes a great deal is not having the primary responsibility to be the ball handler. He'll always have it in this situation, and he's uncanny.
Final seconds of the quarter. Hardaway. Here's Jones checking the clock and shooting. Oh, off the back of the rim. So, after one, all Orlando.
Quarter timeout. Dale Harris telling his team that they got to be stronger on the boards. They got to have better shot selection and to improve their offense. You guys were just talking about maybe they should bring in Kobe Bryant. Well, Kobe Bryant is on his way into the game. Marv?
Ahmad, yes, Dale Harris doing lots of shuffling. Second quarter getting underway after a horrendous first quarter for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant has averaged just 15.5 minutes per game the last 7 games. There was a stretch earlier in the season where he was getting the playing time, but they need some offensive fire, so Bryant is on the floor. One thing the Lakers are certainly aware of, and we are early in the game, but Orlando on a number of occasions has had sizable leads and blown them.
Well, the Atlanta game last Monday up in Atlanta when they just gave that one away.
Eldon Campbell is back. Eldon Campbell
hoop here. Cannot just settle for jumpers because they'll body up underneath them all day long.
The steal by Fisher and grabbed by Shaw to break up that fast break. Brian Shaw commits the foul. 9:53 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be right back. You know, Matt, the loss by the alma mater. There's the steal by Shaw. Certain people react in strange ways. He has not recovered from that Bruins defeat. And Kobe on the floor, but Gerald Wilkins not able to complete it.
Well, this is taking on schoolyard proportions, and this may be the only way that the Lakers can get back into this ballgame because the conventional way.
Really difficult time getting back in this game. If Nick Van Exel, their best ball handler, can't even get the ball up court. That's a disgrace.
Well, it's good to see Nick Anderson knocking down a couple of shots. The one area where he shoots it well is from beyond the arc at just about 36%. But overall, it's really disappointing to see what has happened to Nick Anderson's game. Almost exclusively a perimeter player. He is capable of so much more offensively. He can post up, he can slash, he can get to the offensive glass. He's just not doing it.
Penny Hardaway back on the floor and able to post up. Only a second field goal, 6 points for Hardaway. His offense has not been needed. 6 starts.
Corey Blunt's always been a good player, Marv. He just never had the opportunity to play. They kind of dogged him up there in Chicago with all the stars they have. He never got any time. And this year, injuries have given him an opportunity. He's delivered.
Oh, Horace Grant, 10 points for Grant. Well, I would think very difficult for Corey Blunt to break in with the Chicago Bulls. Originally a #1 pick of Chicago. This is second.
Dick Van Exel, a liability defensively in this game. Del Harris has to take another timeout.
This the biggest lead of the day. The Magic by 21 with 5:21 left first half. Shots 7 of 9, but they're down by 21.
And Penny Hardaway keeps delivering whenever needed. It has not been a big day, but when the Lakers make a big run and can't even get any closer, that's a bad sign. Horace Grant doing whatever he wants. This mismatch we had with Dennis Scott over Van Exel. Ouch.
Bills 12 points. It is a 23-point Orlando Magic lead. Van Exel was hit on a reach-in, and the foul is called. Foul on Hardaway, his second.
The Lakers can't guard any.
Scott getting it to the corner. Nick Anderson with his 32. Orlando as we come up on 4 minutes to go. First half, they double up on Bryant, and he stepped out of bounds. He kept fading and stepped out.
That's the aggressive defense of Orlando. They are just very physical when they are attacking people and attacking the ball.
Hardaway for 3, yes.
Confusion reigns for the Lakers. They can't even decide who to guard.
Bryant for Knight. Travis Knight, the rookie from Connecticut. First-round draft pick of the Chicago Bulls, but they renounced his rights, and then he was signed by the Lakers as a free agent. He's had some good moments, but they were earlier in the season. As I mentioned, not getting the playing time recently. Hardaway sets it up for Anderson. A 3-second violation call.
Bill, you were saying before the game that it was a good idea, thought of by Jerry West, not to have Shaquille O'Neal come and sit on the bench, watch this game, and go through that circus atmosphere, because it would be a distraction. I think the Lakers would be better off if Shaq would get off his boat, get back here, and distract somebody. Bill started taking his socks off. He was counting.
This is so sad. Here's Grant. 61-34, and they love it here in Orlando. Remember, in LA in early December, Lakers beat the Magic, led by Shaquille, 92-81, but Orlando without injured starters Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, and Dennis Scott. Hardaway called for his third.
This is too good of a team.
The Magic have hit their last 7 shots. Oh, Van Exel had it knocked away. Here comes Cycli on a solo.
Another split for Cycli. Dell's got to be thinking, I got to get thrown out of here. I got to go find Shaq on the lake somewhere.
Jones for 3. Oh, he's been way off. Anderson able to. Standing ovation for the Orlando Magic. Foul called on Kobe Bryant. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in this first half. The Magic 63 and the Lakers 34.
Was made. Now all seems to be forgiven by the Orlando Magic fans for this team.
Anderson from Shaw.
This game, and Shaq played, Jabbar played, Wilt played, Jerry West played, Elgin.
Richie Adubado's first coaching job as the interim head coach of the Detroit Pistons.
Well, if you can't have fun when you're up 28, there's something wrong.
Eddie Jones for Nick Van Exel, able to split through and go all the way. So the Magic now lead 66. Van Exel sets up. Campbell with Blunt and Kersey up front. Van Exel and Jones in the backcourt. Campbell with a lively bounce pass. He thought Blunt was heading to the basket.
And not that bad of an idea. Just did not read that.
Penny Hardaway had a quiet first half. 3 of 9. 9 points, 3 assists. Last touch by Jones. Eddie Jones with a quiet first half, only 2 of 10 from the field.
And quickly, Penny Hardaway looked over to Richie. He made...
Hardaway unable to hit. And back come the Lakers.
Kersey really doing a fine job on the boards in the second half here. And Del Harris has made a defensive adjustment, putting Corey Blunt onto the hot shooting Ronnie Sykes.
Oh, the hustle by Scott, but deflected it out.
A lot of 18-foot jump shots on anybody. He should be closer to the basket doing his shot blocking.
Well, you have to play with your head to win at this level, and Eldon has not done that today.
Hardaway posting up. So Penny has 11 points. The Magic 68, the Lakers 42.
It'll be a difficult mismatch for Van Exel.
Yes, Dennis Scott tried to use his bulk and then gave it up. Jones got a piece of it. Here's Jones with Hardaway back. Time Jones forced the issue to the left hand. He forced it. Hardaway for Scott. 3-point attempt. Yes. 8 points for Dennis Scott
in this year's playoff game.
Well, you saw that matchup there. Eldon Campbell, who can score on Horace Grant inside, but the big thing the Magic do in that situation is they don't have to double team. That's where you get the good open looks at 3-point shots the Lakers aren't getting.
Hardaway firing a brick. Just did catch the glass. Here's Blunt. Corey Blunt running the floor effectively, and Richie Adubato wants a timeout. M. Gukas.
I remember it well. Actually, Magic Johnson got hit in the head and was dizzy for the last 3 minutes of the game, and he hasn't recovered.
Why isn't Magic playing today? I mean, Shaq's not here, Wilt's not here, Kareem, they're busy.
I would think, and Ahmad will be chatting with Magic a bit later on. I would think if you asked Magic, he would pose the same question.
I just watched a 1984 Lakers-Boston Celtics finals game when the basketball was unbelievable. Magic pushing the ball up the floor, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Hardaway. You say you just watched the game, you have private.
That game, the way Penny Hardaway just walked the ball to the front court. None of that with Boston and the Lakers. Push the ball up the floor hard every time and see what you can get.
Eldon Campbell playing with the 4 fouls. Jones going behind the back and then lost the dribble. Able to clutch it, looking to give it up, and Anderson stole it. Hardaway. Beautiful move by Penny Hardaway, who now has 15.
Talking to Eddie Jones about how he was going to guard Penny today. That was Nick Vance at the time, but Penny likes to go left off his own dribble. For a right-handed player, extremely unusual today. Nice ball movement.
Dennis Scott for 3. Yes. 11 for Scott. Orlando leads 81.
This squad of Lakers.
Yes, the crowd here enjoying in the third. Marv Albert with Matt Gukas, Bill Walton, Bob Rashad from Orlando. And Hardaway deflected it out. Away. Bill, you're getting tested. We're down to 10 seconds to go.
What is the spread now?
Here's Hardaway. Well, this has been an easy subtraction situation.
All they've been doing is getting the rebound and going out on the break and scoring on us. We didn't come out and establish Eldon Campbell at the beginning of the game, and that hurt us. And then we haven't been playing any defense. And Penny and the fellas have just been pouring it on us.
Now I know you can't hear the broadcast, but earlier Bill Walton had made the statement that he was wondering why that saying that Shaq wasn't here why weren't you not playing?
Well, both Bill and I are retired for a reason. But let me say that this is what they call filler time. Marv, Matt, and Bill don't have enough to talk about in the game, so they let me talk a little while now. But, you know, I'm not sitting here happy at all. I'm disappointed.
Shaq in particular.
9.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Magic now leading 90-63 as Hardaway is able to convert on a putback. He now has in the fourth. The Magic up 90-63. In the fourth quarter, Sean Rooks has come on, replacing Eldon Campbell. Here's Travis Knight. Well, he's had the touch. 3 of 3 from the field for the first round by Houston, 3-1.
Of course, Houston was the two-time defending champion last year. Penny continues to hold the Lakers at bay. Kobe Bryant has really not exploded here. This is the type of recycling time that he would seem to excel in.
And Bryant gives it up to Rooks. Rejected by Cycli. Saved by Knight. And Louis Brillo.
Garnett, Stephon Marbury, Tom Gugliotta, and hey, Charles Barkley has to come back one of these days, doesn't he?
Well, that hip injury, the nerve injury to his leg is very severe for Charles Barkley. And it's not something that's just going to go away overnight. Like this loss for the Lakers will go away. They can go up to New Jersey tomorrow and just take it out on the poor Nets.
Nets playing better as of late.
Absolutely. Hammering the Knicks last week.
And that coming off the victory over the Chicago Bulls. Horace Grant called on that foul his third. Kobe Bryant.
Tough road trip coming up. Hey, don't look now. The Lakers down 22 with 6.5 minutes to go.
That's a coach.
And here's Bryant. They cannot hit three-pointers. 2 of 17 from downtown for the Lakers.
The Lakers' frustration today. Eddie Jones, 3 for 13, maybe his worst game of the year.
From behind by Shaw.
That was a terrible outlet pass by Sean Rooks, but the youngster Kobe Bryant at 18 years of age, not much pro experience, obviously, did the smart thing of making sure he got possession of the ball. Didn't try to do too much with it. Got it over to George McLeod.
Will Richie Adubato bring Penny Hardaway back?
Yes.
And on cue, here comes Penny. Scott fires.
Are you still coaching this team or what?
That's a 2 of the Magic with a 99-75. Oh, Kobe Bryant with a big move to the basket. 8 points for Bryant.
Small lineup for the Lakers. Basically just trying to get out of here and move on to New Jersey tomorrow night.
Bryant. And the pass picked off by Hardaway. 3-on-2 for the Magic. Hardaway with the ball fake and then stripped. Recovered by Scott.
Kobe Bryant's got to learn, don't jump in the air to pass the ball. Kobe Bryant answers right back. Down the lane, parting of the Red Sea. The Lakers call a timeout, looking for that 22-point play.
The 7 lead with just under 3 minutes remaining. One off the bench in Boston the other night. 17 points, 6 assists. Danny Shaves also on the floor for the first time. And the 4th.
Dennis Scott spent all day yesterday with Shaq. They live just 3 doors apart from each other here in Orlando, and they were out on Dennis's boat enjoying the game. Shaq called him on the way to the game today on his cell phone and said I wasn't going to be able to make it.
Uncle, a security guard with the Los Angeles Lakers, had to drop something off, dropped his uncle off. Kobe Bryant with a series of boards on travel.
Derek Fisher should have shot that ball. That's a tough play. You got a 1-on-0 fast break, and you throw it to a man who's covered. I'm not sure of it. This has just been one of those days for the Lakers that you want to forget.
The rookie from Indiana, David Vaughn, second-year player from Memphis, have checked in. So Richie Adubato has used the entire roster. Here's Knight. for the Lakers, 102-79. Orlando, a three-year man from Fayetteville State who's had some good moments for this club, in particular with Penny Hardaway sidelined earlier in the season. Coming up on a minute remaining, 105-79. Fisher for three. So the Magic up 105 to draw. For Evans, three-pointer. Yes! Ryan Evans, first-round draft pick from Indiana, who's not got much playing time, able to hit on a three. Orlando 11 of 27 from downtown. Kobe Bryant trying to put moves on Nick Anderson, who would not allow it.
Celebration in full swing here at the arena.
Eric Fisher got the roll with a half minute to go. The Magic up 108-84.
What is a foul at this point
Officials
in the game?
not looking to stop the flow. And here's Fisher again. Down to 15 seconds remaining. Evans with Armstrong gives it up the other way. Oh, the crowd loves it. It has been extensive garbage time here in the fourth quarter. The Orlando Magic with a 110-84 convincing victory over the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a whipping here this afternoon. So the Magic now 39-29. The Lakers drop to 45-23. 26-point defeat by the Lakers equals the worst loss of the year for L.A. Now to Ahmad and Penny Hardaway. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Mark. Penny, in December, you guys kind of limped out into L.A. and got beat up pretty bad. Today, with a full cast, you get back at them.
Well, we do get back at them, but they were minus Shaquille. You know, this is going to be an emotional game for us either way, whether he played or not. And we just want to come out and fare well on NBC. We haven't played well on NBC all year, so we want to fare well today.
Well, I guess you're going to fare well the next 2 weeks because you're also on NBC.
Yeah, no, hey, we're ready. We're ready.
All right, Penny. Thanks a lot. Great game.
All right, thank you.
All right, back to you, Marv.
All right, Ahmad. So now I get it. NBC was the motivation for the Orlando Magic. 21 apiece for Hardaway and Anderson. 16 apiece for Scott and Grant. Campbell led the Lakers with 16.